Just like we're ready. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Some reason we're not tapping in, and we'll figure out why. I guess we have to go to a new source. Sometimes every once in a while that happens. Let's jump on in and see what's going down here and why. Show me the money. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Hold on one second, and then we'll just have to go without it. You never know. I'm all dressed up, no place to go. There we go. We should be good to go in. There we go. That makes sense. It just doesn't. So weird. So weird. Anyway. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's break it down. Let's break down what's going down with BTC. That even wasn't even the room I was in. I don't even know what was going on there. It's pretty weird. But it's all good. It's all good. Bitcoin getting a bit of a dump here. Not what I expected. I wanted to see a pump on that 1 hour time frame, and we should have. And my humble opinion, based on probability, but it was the weekend. The last thing I said was to use a stop loss, and you never know. Price action might dump on us. Seems to dump every single weekend. Kind of sad, but that's what we've been seeing almost like for many, many weekends. So, but let's break it down. Let's take a look at the daily close. Let's have some fun. Can the S&P keep that movement back to the upside? Can we continue the move to the target of 90,344 on that 4 hour time frame? So the 1 hour looked good. Things were looking awesome. You know, we had a slow climb all day till we got to about 84,480. And then no, the last 2 hours have been nasty for Bitcoin with a pretty much nasty dump, which then turns this, you know, which was a beautiful flag, more into kind of shoulder head shoulder territory, and even kind of an M, which could break down here to and then break through liquidity. So yeah, it's starting to look kind of ugly for BTC, and I may have to cut off my trade, which kind of stinks. You know, that wasn't the case. All right, and but we'll take a look. We'll see what happens, and we'll break it down. Right now, I think I'm down 200. Is that going to be the case? And it is weekend trading. Almost better off to leave the weekend alone. 240. Yikes. It's okay. We made enough to take some shots, and that's what I do. I keep making a lot, and then I finally make, hey, if I win 5 straight, I'm going to take a shot eventually. And I'll give you something back just to even stay in the mix. I don't know. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in and being here on this late night Saturday, hanging out with the Crypto Lifer. I got some crazy news for you. I got a bunch of interesting stuff to break down. Number one, let me get it ready. The first thing we got to talk about is this guy's strange call where he says 84 becomes the base. Bitcoin calls will melt their face. This is how you get ahead. Buy IBIT calls in size instead. 10-1, you'll ride it up. The stock it soars into the skies. Then sell the call and exercise. See the path of Pistol Pete. Try a slug and then repeat. Look every day at close and lows. When 84 is on the dot, the car will launch a real whole shot. Feel the G's, hear the roar. The coin won't stop, 360 more. A trio of 4s times a grand, that's the top. Bitcoin fades, this is how a cowboy trades. A nation state down by the sea, I think it's called empathy. No room for hate or jealousy, essentials they would be on me. Work if you want, but just for fun. Think in shade, play in sun. November 5th. And then, you know, it was 84K exactly on 3-4. I don't know, it's interesting. Very interesting. And another thing I want to talk about is the SEC. This is some really big news. And XRP. So let's take a look here if we can get this out. Just want to search XRP post, but I want to see, you know, verifiable. But the SEC protects investors, maintains. I thought I saw some interesting news here. Okay. I wanted to make, yeah, because I read something, but I wanted to verify. I don't see it on the SEC actual Twitter right now. So I don't see it. Shout out to Michael Heckart. God bless you, man. Hope you're doing well. Deal of the year. I'm looking for one project that's here for the long run. Just a team as 12-month partnership project, long-term placement. Fight shirts, hoodies, banners, weekly shoutouts on X basis for Michael Heckart. Check it out. I just bought a whole Bitcoin live on stream. Who did that? Oh, yeah. That was me. I was wondering. I was like, is that someone else? Bang. Can we get the bounce? I bought a whole Bitcoin live on stream. Can we get the bounce? Can we get the bounce? Can we get the bounce? Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break down the charts. It's late at night. I'm a little slower than normal. Bear with me. We'll get there. We'll get there. Bring the music down a little bit too. It's a little loud. I agree. I agree. And shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Let me see who's here. And did I send it to the... I don't even know if I send this to the Discord. People have no idea that I'm live right now. They're like, is he live? Yes, I crush ice with my bare teeth. That's what I do. Shout out to everybody here on the live that's hanging out on this late night Saturday. It's about 10:19. 10:19. Where are your, where's your family, Let's take a look, though. I'm going to show you things I like. I'm going to show you things I don't like for BTC. Right now, I don't like the dump, but I like that we're getting a bit of a bounce here back to 83840. This could turn into some wickage right back to the upside. And as long as we stay above the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, price action can do whatever it wants. They can flip and skip and dip and rip as long as they hold above the 200 MA. This could turn into another just some sideways price action with a bit of a bounce back to the upside. And we'll see where this goes. All right. So not too much to be crazy about on the smaller time frames. Could even be a shoulder ahead and kind of in a strange right shoulder there, just higher than that low, and we get a bounce back to the upside. Want to make sure that we hang above this point of control, and we hang above the 200 MA. We also got this golden cross, which doesn't mean usually you dump after the golden cross a little bit. It doesn't mean you're going to just pump immediately. It means that just a week or two from now, you're somewhere at this high volume node at 86 or maybe even higher. That's all. Golden crosses. Let's just look at the last golden cross in the 1 hour. The last one was late in. We had already had a big pump and we had dumped into the golden cross, and actually it did nil for us. As you can see, it wasn't a big deal at all. So you can check that off the list, right? This one too, same thing, but they were in downtrends where Bitcoin was clearly in a downtrend. We are trying to hold a new uptrend. So a golden cross really in a downtrend won't do too much, right? But if you look back at the uptrends right here, like we found a bottom, and we could be doing one of these right now, where we're crossing. It almost looks just like this, right? We had a flag, things looked somewhat bullish. We were above the 200 MA. We pumped. This time we just didn't pump as much. We pumped, and then right after the golden cross, they dumped the price. Here they got it right below the 200 MA, only to get it back and then ripped it up. So treachery before the movement back to the upside here, but it eventually sees. So it doesn't mean you're going to pump immediately. It's not like you're going to be bullish, but it says you're going to be higher than the price action a week from that golden cross, like the 10th there, and there you are on the 3rd, even 3 days later, right? You're at 60K from about 56,000. So it just, that's one right there, right? And the idea is not to look at one, look at a bunch of different things that you can kind of see throughout time. So here's another one there, but here's a nice one. We got a cross, and you can see we were way higher than we were before. Here we got a cross, we're way higher than we did before. There we get the cross, we had a way higher than we are before. So you got to be in an uptrend. There's a cross there, way higher. There's a cross higher. Anyway, you get the gist. There's a cross right there. We're way higher. So you would think over time, this would be a more bullish sign than bearish on the 1 hour time frame. But only time will tell. Moving averages are very tight. The bearish sign is you're in some type of bear flag here. This dumps down and Bitcoin takes a tumble. And we go all the way back somewhere down to about, $73,000 for BTC. All right, so that's the next, that's the bearish sign. That we take a tumble down to 73,000, maybe $900 for Bitcoin. and we don't get out of here. You know, we end up losing the two. See, if we end up closing candles below the 1 hour 200 MA, even for a second, I'm bearish. I'll wait for confirmation to get back above it a couple more and then get back into longs again. But like, that tells me that we could be making a move back down. And so I'm always ready for the bearish scenario, which means we would head back to 73.6, 77,005, and even make a new low, right? We would take out the old lows. So you've got to be open-minded that this is possible and have it on your radar. If you don't, then you're just not ready to trade with me and with people that trade for a living. Like, you want it easy. You want the story to be told to you, but there's no one's going to tell us the story. We're playing chess against an opponent. How would you know what your opponent's going to do when you're playing chess? You can have an idea, right? You can say, well, based on all the things I know from the past chess players, this guy's doing things that I've seen. He's likely going to do A, B, or C, but there's no guarantees of that, right? So that's just one thing to think about. So the hidden bullish on the weekly is strong, but you can even get a dump here and there that could still be hidden. You could get to 70K and still have it hidden bullish divergence. So it's strong, but it does have some leeway. I'll tell you that. But it is strong, and it's telling us if the weekly candle can close. See, we really need the weekly candle to close tweezer bottoms. This doesn't close. If this ends up going red, and we're pretty much done for probably more dump down to 67K. This has to close, this weekly candle. You know, one could even say, hey, I would lightly trade until that weekly candle closes. This is a smart decision. Everything else is a high risk idea for sure for Bitcoin. 5-day, 4-day, and I like to look at the 5-day. 5-day showing signs of life yet again for a breakout of a falling wedge and very, very oversold, and it also has hidden bullish divergence. The 3-day chart also has hidden bullish and has its second green candle in a row, which would be great if we close that tomorrow night in 21 hours. We close that. Very oversold in the stochastics, very low on the RSI. And again, hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. And you can pull the fib. It doesn't matter what time frame, because that wick's going to stand actually. But there you go. I mean, you're in the 618 golden pocket Fibonacci too as well, which is telling a story. So yes, we have possibilities and brewings of a bottom, but is it going to happen for sure? No guarantees. We got to get into the groove. We got to get into that grind. We got to see what's happening here for Bitcoin. And it's all about this 200 MA on the daily time frame. We got to stay back above this for Sammy to stay bullish, and we're fighting it tonight, baby. I would love if this candle tomorrow closes well above this 200-day moving average. So important we get above the 200 daily moving average. It's a battle right now for the 200 daily moving average. If we close a candle below it, then it suggests that, we're actually, you can see it here, like we're in a bear flag here. And we could be taking a nasty dump to the downside on this daily time frame and beginning, even more of some bearishness. And price action will not be awesome. All right, and everyone will be like, there's the guy that bought Bitcoin and it wasn't the bottom. And they'll all laugh at me, right? So we'll see what happens with my Bitcoin buy there. If it stays strong, or do we get the pump back to the upside and boom, boom, boom. It's very important we close a candle above the 200 daily moving average tomorrow night on the weekly, which is highly volatile. So be careful. We're in for some volatility. Things could get crazy either way. And yes, and I did open up some high risk longs here, and we'll see what happens, but I'm willing to take a shot. We were above the 200-day moving average. A lot of times we can get a continuation there to the upside. I had to play that probability. So we will see what happens in that. And the 1 hour was in the model. So again, now, I always say, well, I play my model over Saturday trading. Now I'm wondering if that's going to change. If like Saturday trading is just off limits forever, no matter what I see, no matter what, no matter how good the model is, I just leave Saturday alone. It seems to be treachery no matter what, but we'll see. 4 hour time frame ain't too bad. It's still inside of a nice flag here that could do damage. And the 21 is creeping back to price action. But it also could show signs of bearishness if this keeps coming down, back down to the bottom of the channel, right? So I'm getting some big signals. Things looked a lot more bullish, like we were going to break out. Right now, we're kind of tight moving averages with the lingering 200 tells a story, but... And getting a little bit of a bounce here on the 1 hour time frame off of the 50 moving average. That could hold us there. Give us an awkward bounce back to the upside through the night. Some type of inverted head and shoulder. Now it's a pretty ugly pattern. It was looking beautiful like this before they decided to dump it. Nice little bull pennant, technically. And all I had to do was just keep going, baby, and get a pump. Now, to me, it did fall out of the bottom. It fell out. I mean, that was your trend line right there, right? And the last hour, basically, you lost the trend line, got the dump. As St. John's took the W and won the Big East Conference Championship against Creighton. It was unbelievable. What a night for St. John's. Shout out to Rick Pitino and the St. John's crew. We love you. We appreciate you guys. Unbelievable night. Man, St. John's, man. But, you know, we got to win the big one, right? It just won championship. So let's see if we can get the bounce back to the upside, at least for Bitcoin. Get ourselves in what's called a bullish rectangle here and stay bullish. Just keep it going sideways. And, you know, so many altcoins were in a bit of a frenzy. They look like they could pump. But I also said this morning, I said, just be careful. You know, I said, I know I posted a lot of like 10:30 a.m. I know I posted a lot, but it's the weekend. You can always wait for 2 hour, 200 MA break for more confirmation instead of the 1 hours. And always be ready that the charts do not play out as designed and have a stop loss, especially on the weekend. You know, the weekend's tough. So just, you know, get through the tough times and push through. Let's take a look if there's anything that did get any hot movement today. Trump coin, a little bit of a move. Sun coin continues to pump up 19% in 24 hours. That ain't bad. Atom. People like staking Atom. When they think Atom is bottom, a lot of people stake in, and that pumps the price because you got to buy Atom to stake it. And boom, boom, boom. Atom up 13% in 7 days, 8% in 24 hours. Atom taking the cake with a nice little pump back to the upside. I own some Atom long term. Pi getting a 7% move. ENA move in the you know, the same kind of late bloomers here that we've been seeing. Mantra, Ohm, and there we go. But nothing too crazy. Nothing to write home about here in altcoin land. Sol holding 134. Not bad. Trump getting a slight bounce. Rare up 24%. So Rare actually one of the bigger gainers on the day. So yeah, we want to see Bitcoin get the bounce. Right? We want to make sure we don't get stuck in the flag. And that's our weekly, you know, let's just take a look at the daily candle too. Just to see what it was. So we opened at 83,983 and 19 cents. The high was 84,676 and 28 cents. The low was 83,618. And the candle closed at 84,338 and 44 cents. Up $355. Up 0.42% on the candle, right? So this is where we stand. Get back above 84K. Close this daily candle above the 200 MA moving average. And I remain a bull, baby, for a continuation to the upside. Close this candle below the daily, you know, lose the 1 hour 200 MA, and I start getting bearish. Heck, start losing the 15-minute 200 MA, which we just bounced off of very cleanly. And it would have been pretty bearish had we lost that. I would have seen us moving further to the downside out of what looked like to me like an M pattern. And we may not be out yet, but we'll see what happens throughout the night. Looks like we may be getting some type of bounce as that candle just closed in a continuation candle to rip us back to $84,000 for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at what's going on here for BOOKMAP and see what's banging on them to the upside or to the downside. We have a huge movement here further down to 82,005. That's kind of where the most liquidity lies. What it is these are people that longed, and these are all their liquidations. 82.5, you know, and it's easy on the weekend just to kind of scoop down and snatch them up. Assuming we're going there for sure, and then you got the backup liquidity all the way back down there still to 70,000, 71,500. So BOOKMAP still suggests that we have way more downside to come, and we are going to see some major dumps further for BTC. Again, it's not 100%. It doesn't mean that's happening for sure, but I definitely listen, and I already see signs of bearishness on my end too. So they start to coincide, right? Again, if we lose this 200 MA on the 15, if we lose the daily 200 MA concisively, I will bail on most of my longs and then wait again to get back in. That way you don't lose a lot, and we go from there, all right? The key is not to be risking a lot every time. Like, remember, we went just $4,000 the other day, and my next trades, I'm only down $170. So I'm not giving back $5,000, $2,000, right? You got to make sure that you're maintaining. But can we get back above this key level? Right now, we're getting a nice wick on the daily, which would be really awesome if we tweezer bottom in some way, even a higher low there for Bitcoin. So let's see. We created a wick on the daily, which is what you're looking for. And maybe that dump today was all we needed for the beginning movement for a massive Sunday candle tomorrow. Like, we wake up tomorrow and Sunday is just a boom, boom, boom. That'll be awesome, right? Only time will tell. Right now, everything's looking good as long as the 1 hour can hold us above that 200 MA. I don't like, it's a strange pattern. I'll give you that. It's not amazing. And I would have liked if we had stayed in there, but I'll take it one step at a time here for Bitcoin. All right, we've gone through so much with cryptocurrency together, the ups and downs, Solana, man, Caspa, you name it. Me and my crew, me and each and every one of you, me and this whole lifer gang, we have been through the thick and thin together. I will tell you what, when I see you in person at the Las Vegas Bitcoin event, which you got to jump on into, Bitcoin Las Vegas, check it out. It'll blow your mind. You have to check it out and go to Bitcoin Las Vegas. It is unbelievable. It'll be awesome. I'm telling you, it's awesome. I love those events. They've been great. Absolutely great. I think I can put that right there. But check out Bitcoin Las Vegas if you can. Hit the QR code and hit that link. The prices are going up every week. Jump on in with my QR code. I'd greatly appreciate that. And be part of the Lifer crew. The crew over here. Oh, I gotta get the jar, man. How did the jar end up over there? And there's me jar. Send a super chat to watch the balls jump in the jar. I gotta meet Sammy one day. It will be a dream for me. Just go to Bitcoin Las Vegas, May 27th to the 30th. I'll be there. Simple way to meet me. Have a blast. All right, book a room. Let's do this. Memes really going to run again. Some memes look like they may run again. I'll be honest. Some memes look like it looks like just they're part of the game now. They very much could be ready to run. The charts convey an idea that's possible, yes. So fear and greed index at 30 today. That ain't bad. I'll take it. I like it a little lower, but I'll take it. Right? And again, I want to be buying Bitcoin whenever we're in between 10 and 30 for sure. That's when I have to be buying BTC. So we'll see what happens. But 84,000 was the low, said the guy on that poem. So I'm buying off his poem, you know. No, he does have an amazing track record. He turned 2 million into 22, trading Bitcoin in master. We'll see what happens with that poem. What do you guys think of that poem? Hogwash? What do you think of the poem? Let's see here. The Bitcoin poem predicting 84K as the bottom months prior. Spot on, all in. I don't even think about it. You never know. Let's see what people say here. So one is spot on, I'm all in. like jokingly, but you know, almost not jokingly. I don't even think about it, and you never know. And what do you think about the Bitcoin poem? All right. I want to know what you guys think on this poll here. Let me know what you think on the Bitcoin poem. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 1,092 people on the live. Unbelievable. That's awesome. I just had to do that just for jokes, right? Okay, can we read again? Full port. Exactly. We just went below 84,000. Yeah, but we're back at 84,090 though. No, that's not. I don't think that would make it invalidated. He was just saying like that would where you would begin to open calls. I mean, and we went to 83.8. Yeah, you got to take things with a grain of salt. I mean, it's a prediction. Like if we hold this key level and we go up from here, 84K was basically the low. I mean, come on, right? 83.8, 84K, that was our last resort. Yeah, you know, and then the bulls were able to take over. We'll see what happens. You never know, right? You guys think Trump coin's going to continue to pump? I don't know. That's a good question. You never know. 47%. I don't even think about it. 16% and 36 spot on all in. Yeah. You got to have a sense of humor there a bit. So what's hot today? You know, 16, 17%. Not too much stuff going on in altcoin world. What? Oh, one coin. You know, there's a bunch of coins that look hot to me. Let's kind of revisit some of the charts that I went over earlier today. Virtual inside of a tight channel. Let's take a look at what's happening to virtual. Looked good to me the last time I took a gander at it, but you never know. Let's take a look at it now. I like this possibility of a nice wick to the upside on the daily time frame for Bitcoin, right? So virtual kind of right where we left it off at. It almost kind of, you know, you could say it broke out at one point. I mean, you could have said, well, I got in around 72 and it did pump 1 to 74. But still, to me, just more sideways price action for virtual. Once they did lose the trend line. This looks like it could do some numbers and go and continue to the upside too as well. And it could get all the way up. I don't know. Let's take a look to, yeah, what, 83.6. Getting very tight inside the channel. Boom. And then you can only see where it could get higher and bigger to the upside for Bitcoin. I like this. I mean, virtual is looking bullish to me. Why? I mean, let's take a look. It bottomed out with the bullish divergence, right? It gets to me what I call this the rounded inverted head and shoulder, but you get this shoulder, you get a head, you get a right shoulder, right? That's an inverted nonetheless. You get this falling wedge. That's the slanted Adam and Eve that I also discussed. Like Adam and Eve are slanted. And it's an idea that I keep revisiting. It has the little flag at the end, and that's also the cup and handle. It breaks out. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. And now it's consolidating above the 200 MA on the, you know, even the 1 hour time frame, if I'm correct here. Yeah, and you can see it's well above now, pulling price action. There it's 2 hour time frame. It looks like to me like it's about to pump to the 200. If it gets above that, it's going to pump quickly, pretty fast. The liquidity back to 122. So this looks like a hot streak to me. And again, I could be wrong. Market could change. But if the market is showing some signs of love, you really want to still pay attention here to virtual. And I think I'd be doing you a disservice to not bring this up. I wouldn't be your buddy. If I was your buddy and I cared, I'd say, hey, you might want to take a look at this puppy here. All right. And still on the radar, you know, I go from just putting things on the radar to watching them to giving exact ideas of when I'm in, out, and stop losses. You'll get an array of different things in the trading group if you join at cryptolifer.com. If you would like to do that, you can go up here to the pinned comment and go to cryptolifer.com right now to find out more. Right? You would hit the subscribe button, where you could join for a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription to my services, where I scan the market every single day, go over Bitcoin every single day, talk about what's happening, show you the live stream, but then back it up with data that I'm putting out all throughout the day, when I'm getting in, when I'm getting out, what's happening into the charts, weekly screen shares, and more. So have fun with that. I can't wait to see you guys. Tomorrow morning, we'll do a weekly screen share again at about 8 a.m. It'll be, from 8 to probably 9:30. Then we'll jump into some type of screen to a early morning live, and then back to the live stream again tomorrow night. So we'll get it done somehow, some way. I don't know how, but I ask God for strength, and strength. God always gives it to me, and we push forward every single day, no matter what, and we don't miss. We don't miss. So God bless everyone that follows me on YouTube. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps out immensely. So yeah, and why would you subscribe to the Discord? There's just a bunch of awesome people that I've attracted into my life that are there. The channel hasn't taken a day off in over 4 years, right? Every single day now. I can say over 4 years now, we have done year 2021 to 22, no day off. 2022 to 2023, the February area, no day off. 23 to 24, 24 to 25. And now we're on our way to 25 to 26. God willing, may I continue to keep the streak alive, but only with God's grace have I been able to do this. It's only by submitting to God completely and letting God know that I'm just so happy and in love with this existence in which has been given to me. And once I did that, once I finally submitted and just laid down and realized that there was a higher power greater than myself, I'm telling you right now, man, my whole life opened up. I closed my eyes because I can feel it and see it throughout my channeled body, without even needing like the senses that are given now. It's like a deeper sense. And so it just, may God bless you all. And again, if you don't believe in God, it's okay. I don't push anyone into things. Like, it's my path that happened to me. It's a life that I've led. It is what it is, right? But I just want to let you know that I'm so thankful and grateful for everything in my life. And due to gratitude leads abundance. And today was one of the greatest days ever, man. We had people visiting us, took them to a beautiful beach in Florida. Like, today is a beautiful day, man. It was a blessing. So every time we breathe, every time we're alive, think of all the people that didn't make it. 2 people that had some tragedy happen to their lives yesterday or tonight or even right now. May God protect everyone going through something horrible right now. And thankful that I'm not. Thankful that today was a blessing for me. My sisters are safe. My wife is safe. My kids are safe. I hope everyone is safe. I hope you had a good day. Amen. And I never know when I'm going to just connect like that. It just happens. And then I say, oh, people are going to leave the stream because you're not talking about the charts. But I just say, oh, well, I'll let it go. And I just, today was a beautiful day. I'll never get today back, but I made the most of it. And, it was a blessing. And it looked like just a magical day, all in all. So, exciting time to be alive, honestly. Yeah, so Bitcoin, it looks to me like it's in an M pattern that wants to dump on our face. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see it dump all the way back down to 82K. And, I could be very, very wrong with my Bitcoin buy there at 84,000. So, never follow somebody blindly ever for any reason. You can watch what happens here to the Sammy show as I put my butt on the line, maybe a little too hard. You never know. We'll see what happens. I'm willing to be there through the thick and thin of it all. Yeah, I'm just not in love right now with this 15-minute. I'm not in love with this M. Shoulder rolling over. Price action was supposed to do me better than that. Get us on out of here to the upside, consolidate nicely. And again, it's not over yet, but it doesn't look amazing, I'll tell you that. And if the 15-minute ends up closing candles below the 200 MA, then we start assuming that we're going to be losing candles, on the 1 hour 200 MA. And if that happens, this bear flag is dumping. We got to start thinking about targets somewhere at about 78,000, 74.5, and even all the way down to about 71,000. 150. So I'm open-minded for either thing that can happen. I would much rather see us stay above 84K, continue this cool pump off the bottom of the channel. So that's the bullish scenario right there that I'm ready for. And the 15-minute will be our guide. The 7-minute will be our guide. Right now, the 7-minute has lost the 200 MA, which is a bearish sign, I got to tell you right now. So let's take a kind of deep look at this now. Before you lose the 15-minute, you will lose the 7-minute 200 MA. I've seen this many times. So I got to heed that. Shorts seem to be in control. Almost, look, it's a bearish retest support. Becomes a bit of resistance there. You can see we bounced many times off this key area. Bounce, bounce, fell through, bounce. And there's the, you know, what looks to me like a bearish retest. And it looks like an ugly M pattern. If this is bullish and I get a big pump out of it, it will be one of the first times I've seen that. It's a pretty awkward, you know, pattern. It looks more bearish than bullish to me. For Bitcoin, 1 minute sporting some bullish divergence right there as that swings down while that swings up pretty nicely. Very strong bullish div on BTC. 1 minute bullish divvy, which we got the bounce from, but again, just got you as far as previous support and you couldn't get above it. So weak divergence just gets you just enough to get to the previous area, but doesn't get you through there. I've seen that many times. So Bitcoin, what do I see happening? I mean, it looks pretty sketchy on a Saturday night. Lower volume. If anything, on the 5-minute time frame, we got ourselves with somewhat of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder. So yeah, maybe flag out the 5-minute time frame. See if we can get ourselves in a bit of a flag here and get a bounce. Otherwise, that could also, you know, start dumping us. So I'm seeing some weakness in the bulls so far, but it's not the worst. We'll see what happens. The 5-minute looks like it might be our guide to a right shoulder here. Yeah, so you see we're in this bigger flag. We need the bounce. We want to see how we're going to get the bounce. The smaller time frames will show us. It'll be like the 5-minute time frame making a flag and breaking on out. So you want to see this cup and handle bounce off the bullish divvy somewhere back to 84,360 throughout the night. And then, you know, what is my prediction for tomorrow morning when we wake up? That price action probably kind of went up and went somewhat sideways. And then see Sunday at about 8 a.m. Or maybe I'll go live from 8 to 8:30. Then I'll do the live stream. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go live from 8 to 8:30. And then we'll do the weekly screen share from like 8:45 to about 10 o'clock. That's what we'll do. That way I'll get both done for sure. It'll get done. Yeah. So here's 8 a.m. right here. Right, hold on. Here's 8 a.m. right there. And it looks, you know, if everything goes to plan, we'll go die sideways, we'll break out. Might get a dagger down, come up, and we'll be somewhere right around, let's see, we'll be right here in this circled area. Okay, so I'm calling in this circled area when we come back at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for Bitcoin. We'll see, though. Almost looks like we'll just go straight sideways. And maybe even just continue to dump down nastily. But my prediction, and that's fun. You can't take that. You know, we watch price action. Like, I could see something in the next 2 hours and say, hey. But, you know, we'll go from there. But, you know, that looks like a viable place to be tomorrow morning. But you never know, right? I love this. Here we are with crucial times for Bitcoin as it's battling 84,000. Can the bulls win this one, or the bears going to take us all the way back down? Like BOOKMAP says, and liquidate everybody in 82,000 and then pull us even further down to a heap of liquidity all the way down there at 72,100. Only time will tell for Bitcoin. Show up in the next episode of the Crypto Lifer to find out more. tell you what, man, over here. Hey, paisano. So, trade's not too bad. At 84,000, we're kicking at 159, which I'll take. All right, we're higher than we were before. So, I'll take it. I'll take it. One step at a time there, matey. So, and I wouldn't be messing too much on deck screener as well. There's been a few hitters here and there that have moved. All right. It's not all bad. Even Colin had somewhat of a move, but I'd stay away from anything really. Unless you had, I don't know. I wouldn't even say it right, but the idea, I would just, yeah. What is this? WORTI. Seems like it had some gas before it didn't. See, I like trend lines. I mean, that's a trend line. There's a chance it holds the trend line and then continues to go up the measured move. I've no idea what it is, right? Robin Gold. Lock liquidity 528. That looks like a head and shoulder pattern, right? I mean, there's just always nonsense out here. I'm just taking a look. Just for fun, really. All looks pretty like it did before. See, this is consolidation, bullish consolidation. Department of Propaganda. That's so funny. That's interesting. $4 million market cap. Never heard of this one before, so I have no idea what it is. Dope/soul. The Department of Propaganda everywhere. Interesting. But that's making some type of bull flag. It does have locked liquidity. Again, I always want to grab that address, right? And we're going to head all over to what? To anti-rug. And we'll see what anti-rug is saying here. All right. Just double, especially if it's a Solana address, you want to double check that contract, that CA. Make sure you're not dealing with something completely ridiculous. All right. So it's got a 46%, not the best. All right. Top 10 holders own 11%. The highest holder owns 2% over 10,000 wallets. And the coin is only 6 hours old. So there you go. Very early. Doesn't have the best reviews, right? Again, those are things you have to figure out on your own over time and figure out what that stuff means to you. If it means nothing, it means nothing. If it means something, it means you've researched it enough where there's a probability behind that. So, would I be flying into altcoins right now? I mean, not all of them look so bad. TRB was in a flag. Let's take a look at what happened to TRB. I like to revisit almost every flag if I can, but I won't give every single setup away. Most stuff, you got to come join the trading group to see it. And that was TRB on Binance. Let's take a look. Yeah. So at least it did bounce out of the flag, as suggested it would have. And it, wow. So TRB had some action comparatively. 3%. Went from 28.74 almost up to basically almost 30, 29.95. But now it's doing a bearish retest. Could make a right shoulder and doesn't look amazing there. I'll give it to you right now. I had fallen kind of that Bitcoin iffiness when things could have just kind of really, really took off. Rare was interesting to me. Let's see what happened. Did Rare bounce off the bottom of the channel? Last I looked at Rare, I just like to see if what I was, looking for. No, Rare basically went more sideways and did nil, kind of followed that same Bitcoin path. And maybe it even dumps down to that 200 MA. So just be careful. There's a lot of hot setups. Like the market looked interesting, but it didn't really give way to it, right? ARPA, not ARAP, right? Sorry about that. I greatly apologize. Let's take a look at ARPA. And if I do misspell something, the chart kind of gets it for you too there. All right. ARPA, which tends to do more bullish things than wow. So that thing had a nice spike, but gave most of it back. Had a nice spike about 3%, 5, and then again, kind of everything got cold feet. So some coins got some movement, but they got cold feet with Bitcoin. So what looked like a fairy tale move today, looked like everything was just going to go our way out of a beautiful flag. It just didn't happen that way. It just didn't happen the same way we decided it was going to. All right, let's take a look at this fan funding and see what's happening. Make sure I don't miss anybody out here. Shout out to Red West Gold. God bless you. Thank you. Live for short red to make some green. LOL. Redstone. Maybe. Could you take a look at Pepe? God bless you for all your hard work. Thank you. Shout out to Jay Duff. God bless you, Jay Duff. Let's take a look at Pepe. And someone says the short red for some green. That's funny. I get it. I get it. Let's take a look here at Pepe over. I mean, it's in the same kind of flag Bitcoin's in. You want to see it prevail here. These are 50-50. But that looks more bullish than bearish. Says it could continue to the upside. Well above that 1 hour 200 MA. Just cracked the 200. See, this is what I was saying. The 2 hour 200. Once you crack the 1 hour, these are more probable. So I would say Pepe is on the move here. And if Pepe is like the king of memes, it'll bring a lot of the other memes up with it. Bonk could move up with it. Floki. See a bigger movement in the meme section, definitely for sure. You know, Pepe looks more bullish than bearish than anything I'm looking at recently. Yeah, I wouldn't be, Pepe with a stop below, right? That last, somewhere at 663. Wow, it's already back to 7. I remember when it was there. So I'm easing into it. It's going to be a lot of on the radars, watching this, setting alerts. They turn into grabbing this, trade alerts and more finite ideas. As the market gets better and better, we attack harder with more precision. As the market's not that great, we pull back and we don't go as hard. That's how I do it. You do how you do it, right? So I would have loved to come today and say, hey, Bitcoin is ripping out the flag and everything's going our way. But it is weekend trading. And as I showed you, the last post that I said to my group too, kind of right there at 12, was like, hey, be careful. Right? I know I posted a lot. I know it looks great. Right? I know I posted a lot this weekend. You can always wait for the 200 right? Not call. And you know what I'm saying is you can wait because right now, look, we could be doing that for a perfect example is what we're looking at right now. You could have been aggressive on the 1 hour when it crossed the 200 MA, and you'd be in already right there or right there with a stop below it. But you can wait for the 2 hour to get busy and see this, right? And then as you get tighter in there, get in there. 1 hour's more aggressive, 2 hours less, same idea. You're just kind of utilizing what you got in front of you. I love this concept of using the 200 MA because it shows you that anyone can get it done. You just got to sit there and want it or desire it more than anybody else, right? Once you've decided that you've desired something, it's only a matter of time till you're going to have it. That's how the universe works. That's how you work. All right? You're a strong individual with strong electromagnetic frequencies through this quantum reality in which you can change your quantum field and bring in what you're thinking of towards your life. I know you may think I'm talking gibberish, but I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. I did it so you can do it too. And I continue to do it every single day. And that's another reason why you've got to keep to really manifest greatness in your life takes a lot of energy and high frequency. And you don't have time to drink or to do it, crazy stuff with your life. Be out all night, be tired. It just doesn't work. You got to have some type of regiment you can fall back on no matter what, and a habitual sense of self-worth that helps you maintain a healthy lifestyle. ARKM, I want to see it get tight. Stay above the 200 MA, right? And get that pump further to the upside. ARKM would be a beautiful mover here. Boom. Right back up 20% for ARKM. And we always have the beautiful BOOKMAP in the background hanging out. Bitcoin all the way back to 83,900. Just, you know, to me, Bitcoin looks like it's struggling. I wouldn't be surprised if it dumps hard. I wouldn't be too hard in this market. Just be careful. We got to stay back above the 200 MA on that daily time frame for Bitcoin. That's a key way for me to trade and to have confirmation. If we don't get that confirmation, we're in for probably a pretty rough day tomorrow. All right. Back above 84K in a second, though. This thing is bouncing like a pendulum. I'll tell you what. The 1 hour looks like we're getting a bit of a bounce throughout the night. Only time will tell, but it looks better. And this could be our double bottom to Valhalla. It really could. It could be our double bottom all the way to Valhalla. And this thing is just going, right? 1, 2, buckle my shoe, and this thing rips to the upside. The measured move somewhere to about 85,084 dollar bill, though, right? So that's what I'm looking at for BTC. And, you know, today is something I want to jump on into the live chat. And thank you for doing the poll. The poll was great. We have 416 votes in the poll. Shout out to anyone that jumped on into my links for MEXC, least fees of any exchange in the game. Weeks is right behind there with the least amount of fees. And then we have BITUNIX, which has more fees, but has some awesome, cool ideas and ways to trade. I like that. The way you get in and out of the trade. Some things they added to the future. Just awesome. I need to make the Bitcoin meetup in Vegas. Lifers back to Canada for the B-Day gifts. Lands exactly on that day. 29th. Hey, man. Can't have a B-Day wish, right? Much love. God bless you. Hit that like for Sammy, though. Yeah, you got to jump on in, man. Ondo is hurting me so bad. I bought at the top like a scrub. I'm sorry, man. It's okay. You know, Ondo's a huge backed institutional coin. If any coin's going to, you know, again, you do whatever makes you happy. But if I personally was down on Ondo, I wouldn't stress it. I'd hold for a year and see what happens. Again, a lot of people don't want to hear that. They want money now. They want fast money immediately. And they don't want to hear they got to hold for a year to make it. But, you know, even if you bought at the right time and you were going for the big win, you'd hold for the year to make it. So, like, the patient person is the winner here. But you do whatever make you happy with that information. It's up to you. You don't have to believe me. And I don't expect you to. If you weren't, if you did, you would be the patient person. Have a great night. God bless you. My sweetie. Man, good little girls. Nothing like having a bunch of awesome people in your life, man. I tell you what, through this channel, I met amazing people that changed my life. And I'll write a book about it one day, how YouTube changed my life. Brought the coolest people into my life ever. Look at this cup and handle that looks like it's just going to soar and wreck the shorts right now all night long. I mean, that is a cup and handy to the upside for Bitcoin. Savvy cup and handy strikes again. Bitcoin in the cup and handle out the 5-minute time frame. About to wow your mind to go all the way back to that 200 MA. Boom, boom, boom. Bouncing with the bullish divvy with the swing. And he's going all the way to the back of the Great Monster. He's back. He's gone all the way for the home run. Jason Tatum all the way back from downtown. Jaylen Brown for the 3 points. Bang, bang. Jaylen Brown for 3. Unbelievable. White for 3. Zuby Ejiofor all the way in the front with the slam dunk inside the paint. Zuby, another offensive rebound for Zuby Ejiofor. We are going to wreck this team. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Rick Pitino banging on up to the upside. Here we are with another amazing St. John's game. Man, St. John's hitting it again. Unbelievable to see. Just doing damage. Unreal. God bless St. John. Shout out to the 1,064 people here on the impromptu late night live stream. But Bitcoin looks like it's getting a nice little cup and handy to the upside here at about 11:08 p.m. And it just seems to pump when I'm around. I can seem to smell that flavor. And there's something about this 84K. That may have been your last chance right there to grab it at 83,862 before Bitcoin absolutely erupts. I bought a whole Bitcoin on the live stream earlier today. If you didn't know, my name is Sammy P. They call me Sammy Price. And I bought a whole BTC on the live stream earlier today. Okay. And no, we're not going to create a space over here. You know, I've been noticing Ghostface Killer jumping on into cryptocurrency. Just followed a bunch of my followers back. RT had comment, if I missed you. This dude's the man, dude. And so I saw he wrote a tweet. It was like, when you dropping your coin, we ready. Yeah, it's fine. I love this. What project Ghostface finna to turn to gold? Just copped a bunch of new soul tokens. Thinking about which I should post. Dude, Ghostface, bro. I got a bunch of homies who got big bread in crypto. Feed the trenches for real. Look at that. Soul address below. I'm feeling generous. Solana rules everything around me. Get the dollar. So crazy, right? Just follow the button. I mean, this is just, I just loaded up 100K Solana. I want to buy the top best projects on Sol. Drop some options. Bang, Ghostface, right? Signed, sealed, and limited edition. Canvas toys, things you've never seen. Tony Starks, that's so cool. Oh, that's dope. I'd grab one of those. For sure. That's fresh. Is that a vinyl? Does it come with the vinyl? Like, I feel like it comes with the vinyl, and then you got a little dude, like, with the vinyl. Like, that. Tony Starks, man. Anyway, Ghostface Killer, one of the greatest rappers of all time with Wu-Tang Clan. I grew up listening to Wu-Tang. Ghostface, man. OG in the game. And, yeah. Just to see him ripping it and doing it big in cryptocurrency. And he brings a whole big fan base and a lot of people into crypto. I'm telling you, that's a big deal. This is mass adoption, slowly but surely, one step at a time. It's, you know, people are coming to crypto. If you will it, they will come. You know? And this is the beach today. I was at Anna Marie Island earlier today. Absolutely beautiful day to be out on the beach, man. It was a windy day, but it was still absolutely nice, and it was gorgeous. And you got to get out there on the weekends. You know, the market was pretty flat today, if you ask me. Maybe a tiny short for a couple $100. I mean, so to stare at the charts all day today really did you nothing. Am I right? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, maybe. I mean, you could have learned something, so there's always something to learn. So I don't want to be rude there. Right? I guess I could turn that. I don't need that so bright on there. There you go. Island Punch, that's a good flavor. It really is. You got to give it to them. And today's the Ides of March, too. It's a big deal. If you know what that is, look it up. But it was a sad day for some people. Other people, the schemers, you know. Anyway, I saw this. I've been following your free content for nearly 2 years. I genuinely can't thank you enough. Your teachings didn't just help me make money. It made it possible for me to fulfill a dream. Taking my wife and kids to Disneyland in Florida. Coming from a third world country, that is not something easy or common. And it was your guidance that made this dream a reality. Now, I don't condone, because I'm not a big proponent of, you know what, but it is what it is. I just, you know, I still want to say this is great. If your free content had such an impact on my life, I can't even imagine what's waiting for me here. Doing this wouldn't have been possible without you, Sammy. Thank you from me and my entire family. Shout out to H. Carmouche with one of the nicest testimonials I've ever received. I had to post it on Twitter today and let the world see that. And when you give knowledge, you get so much back in return, right? I like this guy. Only showed the tools. I would argue that the tools could have been found anywhere. I don't want to take the 100 away from Sam, but I use determination of the tools for life, altering money. No, honestly, I see the market in a different way that I think no one else could see. Yeah. This guy's just a hater. Honestly, that's a closet hater. That's what you call a closet hater right there. All right. Because, you know, someone could show you those same tools, but not in the way I show them. I see the market. I really believe I see the market in a very unique way that I know no one else sees it. And, you know, through which anything is possible. Choppiness on the weekend for sure. And, you know, I said, don't be surprised if we get a bearish dump. It's all about the moving averages here. First, we're going to lose that daily 200 MA, and then we'll start to kind of crumble. The 1 hour still doesn't look amazing here today. Oh, that would be ugly, right, to trade like that. The 1 hour still doesn't look amazing, but it's getting a bounce there, and it doesn't look too bad. And it's enough to kind of maybe give us one of these back to the upside and change the trajectory of the day tomorrow. So, but with that being said, I'm going to jump on out of here. It's 11:15. I hope each and every one of you had a wonderful night. We could go over altcoins all night long. If there's an altcoin you want me to check out, let me know. I'd like to help you out and go over it. I sent it you bet earlier to find out if the two matching wicks on the 1 minute meant double bottom, even if it had some wicks below them. Thank you. I mean, never really a double bottom, two matching wicks, something like this or like that. He says, I sent this super chat earlier to find out if the two matching wicks on the 1 minute mean double bottom, even if it has some wicks below them. Like this here? I don't know, man. I think you're asking for an exact, precise answer I may not have. What I will show you, though, is this looks like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder that could break to the upside. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Saint by Virtual, interesting. I just subscribed. Can you take a look? My team will do that. They'll hook you up. Yes. Vancouver attempted to create a strategic reserve. Bitcoin is going to 100 million. That's awesome. Shout out to Mike Lee. And let's say shout out to all the awesome people here. Bitcoin looking kind of bullish out this cup and handle to the upside, out this inverted head and shoulder on the smaller time frame. Look like a nice piece to short. I think means the ones be green and the red on the twin there. You guys think a lot while you trade. It's not good. Just look at the charts. Part of the same token just bought some Eric Galen, and now he's migrating into Solana for a meme governance down. I hope it's going. Legends, Salmon Master friend of Legends, they have eyes that see through the matrix in many ways than one, and more ways than one, man. Amen. Sam can be on night FM radio in his church or in an auction or even professional bull ride commentator. Thank you. And we got I'm sorry, $100 to go on the right, $100 to go on the right. No, I can do it if I really. Ready? I'm going to try one time. Ready? $100 to go on the right, $100. No. Okay, we go. Here we go. We got $100 to go on the right, $100 to go on the right, go on the right. We got $100 to go on the right, go on the right. We got $100 to go on the right. We got to go on the right. $100 to go on the right. Go on the right. We got $100 to go on the right. Here, go on the right. We got man on the black tie. Man on the black tie. We got $150 to man on the black tie. $150 to man on the black tie. $150 man on the black tie. $150 to man on the black tie. $150 to man on the black tie. 200. We got 200. We got 200. The man on the lady in the makeup. Lady in the makeup. We got lady in the white makeup. Lady in the white makeup. We got 200. 500. 500. Top hat to the top hat. 500. White top hat. 500 man. One white top hat. We got 500. 550. We got 550 over 550, top 550, we got 650, we have 60, we have 60, we have 750, we have 750, we have 750, we have 750, we got 750, we got 750, we had 800, 800, 1,000, hold on, 1,000 said, we got 1,000, hold on, 1,000, we got 1,000, we still on 1,000, sold to the man in a white coat. Everyone's like, what the just happened? But I mean, can you I would love to go do that one day, right? Dude, look at this beautiful inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. Can it get above the 200 MA and get that punch further to the upside for Bitcoin? Only time will tell for BTC. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow morning. We're going to break it down. You know I'm long. I bought a whole Bitcoin at 84. The suspense is on. Am I going to get smashed? Are we going to 80, 64,000? Are you all going to laugh at me? Or did I actually buy the absolute bottom again? Like when I bought 19K? Only time will tell, folks. But I'm going to stick to the script and see what happens. Did they ever fix this? What is this all about? What is going on here? Oh, you know what it is? It came back, but it came back. Yeah. I got it. I got it. I got you. Well, thank you so much for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being amazing. I'm sorry for my lateness tonight, but I did tell you I was going to be late. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for another beautiful update to see what happened to Bitcoin. It's likely to get above this 200 on the 1 minute time frame. And when that happens, boom, fireworks. We could be in for some major pumpage tonight. I mean, Bitcoin gets above that 200 it's likely going to pump hard. I'm long, baby. I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll check out what happens. Either I go down in a pit of flames or I win. What do you think's going to happen? Sign in tomorrow. Watch tomorrow morning to find out. I'll see you there.